open up Xamarin Studio and let's create a single view app. This is something that we've done over and over again in this course, so this is going to be a very brief lecture with a couple of pointers for you. Hit App, Single View App, give it a dummy name, and go ahead. I'm going to just turn off Git and create. Now, we've sort of covered this implicitly, exactly what a single view app is, but as the name suggests, we only have one view. Inside of our main.storyboard, we have a single view controller. Now, if you start by making an app that has a single view, you are not constrained to that single view. You can expand the concept to have tabs, web views, and the various app layouts that I'm going to cover in subsequent lectures. So I would advise you, when you're starting to make an app, start simple. Start with a single view controller if you can, because that helps organize your mind, and then later on when you want to expand your app, go ahead and add more elements into it or change it to a tabbed app or something similar. Now, a single view app has a single view controller and an entry point, which is on the left-hand side here with the arrow. That means it's the only thing that gets fired up when your app starts. If I wanted to create another view controller, let's drag one in from our toolbox, pop it in there, and you'll notice this doesn't have the arrow. So this would be a separate view controller. You might give it a name, you might give it a class, and you would give it some kind of storyboard ID. So this would be my view controller ID string of some sort. And then what you could do inside of your code to load up that view controller is reference this storyboard ID and go ahead and instantiate it, push it on top, show it modally, various things like that. Don't worry about pushing and modal showing for now. I'm going to show you that later on in this course. If I wanted to change to this view controller at the bottom right as my first view controller, I would scroll down in the properties and hit Is Initial View Controller. And you'll notice that little arrow icon switches to the bottom right. So this one will be shown first. Of course, if I click the previous one, you'll notice its class is View Controller, and the new one has no class. So we don't have anywhere to write our code. And what we can simply do is click the class down in the Properties section and select View Controller if we wanted. And that would mean that our viewcontroller.cs file is now applicable to both of these view controllers. So they're essentially copies of each other, but only one of them can be the initial view controller. Okay, that's it for this lecture. It's just to get you familiar with a single view controller app and what the storyboard ID does, and also where we enter our storyboard when the app is first loaded.